I want to talk about the situation regarding Marvin Winans, but I'm going to take it in a different direction than what other people have discussed the issue or how they discuss the issue, because there's an unanswered question that I don't believe have really truly been answered as regards to the black churches out here. And the question is your pastor a part of Christian nationalism? Have you asked your pastor that question? Maybe you should. We're going to talk about it on the other side. And this is not to say that Marvin Winans is a part of Christian nationalism, since we're talking about the behaviors of pastors and what they do say and what they don't say, and how they have this habit of disrespecting people in the front of the congregation, knowing that it could be recorded. So we're going to talk about that and a little bit more when I return. You are listening to AJ Street Notes and Commentary and Voice Radio. I'll be right back. This segment of Voice Radio and Street Notes and Commentary is brought to you by LCSA, Life and Community Solutions Association, Incorporated. You can reach them at Life and Community Solutions Association.org, or you can reach them at changeandfillthevoid.services. They are a nonprofit organization seeking to help the most vulnerable people out here in this country. Hungry, that got children, single parents, and people in the elderly, and all the folks that's going to need food. We need to show up. And if you want us to show up, we're going to need your support. So please, by all means, go over there and buy a t-shirt or a cup or make a donation so we can feed the hungry. That's going to be happening in November. All right? Thank you. LCSA, Life and Community Solution Association Incorporated, is looking for individuals who would love to become a part of the family, a part of people of service who want to help individuals out here in this community. And if you are not a part of a nonprofit organization, or you have not been really contributing to your community, but you have a heart to do so, please, by all means, send us a message. You can go over there to the website, changeandfillthevoid.services, or Life and Community Solutions Association.org. Send a message and we'll get back with you and give you more details about the organization. Thank you. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining AJ Street Notes and Commentary and Voice Radio. I'm going to get right into the topic. Now, listen, every day something is happening. Something go viral. This is, what's going on with Marvin Winans. That's not new to me. I grew up in a church where pastor would raise money 2 and 3 times doing the worship service. That was the main thing. You shout, you sing. It was like you was going to a concert. They sell you entertainment. They give you a good sermon, and that's time for the money. You get money in the beginning, you get money in the end, and you get money in the middle. And then you have all these fundraisers for building fund, and fundraising for the pastor, and fundraising for, whatever they can think of any given moment. They would have fundraising where you would march with X amount of dollars, which my mother and grandmother did it on a regular basis. There were times when I remember my mother and grandmother would be marching with $2,000. So let me say that this is nothing new when it comes to the black church. I've heard the explanations, but see, that's what they do. They support, they encourage, they motivate the bad behaviors of their leaders, their quote unquote spiritual leaders, those who sometimes find themselves operating out of the flesh, although they judge their members and their congregants about walking and living in the flesh. But sometimes they visit living in the flesh as well, and the members give them excuses when they make mistakes or when they fall short of being this spiritual leader that they're supposed to be. The congregants have a tendency to give them grace. But when it comes to certain leadership and pastors, they ready to throw you out your church. Oh, you sinned against God, you're not going to be blessed. They ready to throw you in David's fire, in the lion's den. Okay? You don't belong here anymore. Love don't live here anymore, is what most of them would say. Okay? But when it comes to the members and the congregants, you supposed to do as I say and not as I do. And this is the one question. Is your pastor a Christian nationalist? Have you had that conversation? Are you under some type of umbrella or organization or network or conference that represents Christian nationalism and you don't know it because that's the secret that the pastor have kept to himself? Now, some folks, well, what's wrong with Christian nationalism? What's wrong with having that? Well, all you got to do is take a look at what we're dealing with today, okay? It doesn't represent people that look like me. Let me just say that. And it would be sort of strange and kind of out there and weird. And wouldn't make sense for a black church to support a religion that does not support black people, that have an issue with black people, that demeans people like myself, that say we're not worthy of anything good, we're uneducated, and we're animal-like, and that we deserve to be experimented on. Burning crosses and dirty sheets. Want to revisit the Jim Crow days, all under the umbrella of God and Jesus, wrapped in a bowl, put in a bag, and preserved for individuals who happen to be Caucasian, all in the name of Christian nationalism. And it would be rather strange if you have a pastor who is black saying that they're okay with Christian nationalism when in fact Christian nationalism is against them. And so that's the question that I think that a lot of congregants need to start asking their pastors if they really want to find out the truth of what's going on out here as it regards to spirituality and Holy Ghost filled, baptized, fired, into the congregation where you sit in the pews and you hear the word of God coming from the man of God, your spiritual leader, telling you the ways of the world is sin and damnation, and hell, you will open up your eyes if you don't live the way I told you to live. But mercy on me, compassion when it comes to me, forgiveness when it comes to me. You know why? Because I'm the head, I am the leader. You notice what I just said? I'm the head, I am the leader. I am in the pulpit, you are in the pews. Okay? I drive a Mercedes-Benz, you ride the bus. I get money from you. You pray for money from God to give to me. And if you're not being blessed, it's not my fault, it's your fault. Because you're not living right. And until you live right, you're not going to see the blessings of God. Okay, so this has been going on in the black church for a very, very long time. You know why I can talk about this? Most of my family have been there, done that. My mother and my grandmother, who both are no longer here, left this world broke. Left this world begging that Jesus would forgive them for saying certain things about certain people that said certain things about them. Asking pastors to forgive me and have mercy, and may Jesus have mercy on my soul, as they were suffering, leaving this world because of cancer. With very few visitors that came through during the times they were sick until they were in their last days. So I get it. I know how they operate out here when it comes to religion. I know how they operate out here when it comes to faith and being a believer and a Jesus follower. I'm not one to condemn anything because I do believe. But if you ask me what I believe in, it wouldn't be men. I don't believe in men. I believe in spirituality that should be guiding men, directing men, and teaching men how to behave and how to conduct themselves when it comes to other individuals, such as a woman that showed up with $1,200 to give and you turned her away because you felt like it wasn't enough. And then you came back with a whole lot of excuses to say, well, I gave her instructions and she did not follow my instructions. Well, the question is, Pastor, how many instructions did Jesus give you that you didn't follow since you know the Bible and you preach the Bible? How many times you've been given instructions? Why, ask your ex-wife, Vicky. Okay, you were married, right? You didn't follow the instructions of thou shalt not divorce. But you did. And you've been forgiven because your ex-wife forgave you. And I'm assuming you forgave your ex-wife. Oh, woe is we, me, who? Why do we do what we do? Somebody said, why are you breaking it up, AJ? Don't go in that man's business like that. Where he in that woman's pocket, making public announcements of who gave what, making some feel worse than others because some folks don't have $2,000. But you want to make the public announcement in the pulpit, such and such gave 200, such and such gave 1,000, such and such gave 2,000. I have seen my mother and grandmother feel bad because they did not have the full amount that the pastor was asking for. Literally, Literally felt bad and felt like Jesus was not going to award them because of it. And it wasn't something that they learned on their own. It was something that they learned from their pastor. And so I have a personal stake in these types of conversations because I've seen what happened to my family under the umbrella of religion. Who knows? It may be under the name of Christian nationalism as well. I mean, most black pastors, mentors are Caucasians. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a great thing either, especially when you don't know where they're coming from. Who is your mentor, pastor? It's not a bad thing if you do have a mentor that's Caucasian, but the question is, who is his mentor? And where did he come from? And what is his faith? And what does he believe? And what does he follow? Is the question.